If you're thinking about coming to Prime Inc. to get your CDL, this video will walk you through the whole process. From studying for your commercial learner's permit, going to the DMV, applying to Prime, then speaking with a recruiter, all the way through orientation, PSD, your CDL test, TNT training, and then eventually getting your own truck. Hey, if you don't know me, my name is Janelle. I'm a Prime driver, CDL instructor, and TNT trainer here at Prime. And for disclaimer, this is not a Prime company video. This is solely me personally helping you through the process, okay? So, with that being said, let's get to it. I'm going to explain to you what you need to do right before you come, what you should expect once you arrive, and some things I wish more students would understand before they start the process. And make sure you watch this before you submit your application, because I'm going to show you where to put in my driver code if this video actually helped you with your process. Step 1, make sure you qualify. Prime requires their drivers to be at least 21 years old. They genuinely need a valid driver's license and a clean driving record. And also keep in mind, your work history, background, medical eligibility, and other qualifications will be reviewed. You must be able to meet federal DOT medical requirements. That means if you puff off, you got to stop the puffing. I know it's legal in some states, but it's not legal on federal grounds. Okay? It's not a federal law, it's state laws. So, get clean. Make sure you are truthful on your applications. Do not lie about job history, tickets, accidents, or criminal history, and think nobody's going to notice. Now, of course, if you do have some type of criminal background, okay, it's case by case. So if you're wondering if you will be eligible, I'll say just give it a shot. You never know, okay? Give it a shot. If you don't qualify, ask the reason why you wasn't qualified. If you could get it set up and fixed, go ahead and fix it and just give it another shot, okay? Do not quit your job. Sell your car. Get out of your apartment. Sell your house. And then announce to the world that you are a truck driver until Prime has reviewed everything they need to review for you and approved you to start the process. So make sure you handle the process in the correct order, okay? Step 2, get ready for your CLP. CLP stands for a commercial learner's permit. It is not your CDL. It's basically your learner's permit to practice behind the wheel of the truck, okay? To study and prep for your actual driving test, okay? So, I'm going to tell you how to get it. So, you need to obtain your CLP in your home state before you come in for PSD. Make sure you check with your home state's DMV regulations on how to obtain your CLP. Each state is different. Go ahead and follow their requirements. And I will also tell you what you can do to study for your CLP, okay? Make sure you search up your state's commercial learning permits requirements. Go to the state websites, go walk up to the state buildings. Do not rely on YouTube, TikTok, Reddit, or anything else when it comes down to this. Follow exactly what your state regulations require you to do, okay? It's easy. If I can, I will go ahead and see if I can find a link that shows every state's address to where you can go yourself and look up the information that you need for your own personal home state. If I do have it, I'll have it in the links below. Call your DMV before showing up. Ask them what they require exactly for first-time CDL holders, because one missing document can turn a productive morning into a disaster. So make sure you get your stuff in order. Cool? Cool. Step 3, study for your CLP test. Okay, if you are coming to Prime will ask you to study for 4 tests. Okay, we have general knowledge, we have combination, air brake test, and tanker. These are the main knowledge areas that you will need to understand in order to operate a tractor trailer with air brakes properly. Okay, so state testing and endorsements may vary. So make sure you check in with your local DMV to see exactly how they test and procedures go. Okay, so I do have an app that helped me when I was trying to get my CDL. And it had the exact questions and the exact answers. And yeah, this will get you on. So it's called CDL Prep. This right here. Okay, so I'm about to walk you through it. All right, so this is the actual app that I would suggest. So go ahead and download it, open it up, and you basically choose whatever state you are in. I'm gonna choose Texas because Texas is my home state. The way I study, I go to test, and then I come to, as you see, you got air brake test exam 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combination 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double and triples, general knowledge, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a quick demo of how this works. So I'm gonna click on the air brakes exam 1. As you see, you got the question: which of the following PSI will stop the air compressor from pumping air into the air tanks? Which one? Do you know? I know. But anyways, that's how it works. So I would say don't practice until you pass. Keep practicing until passing is born. Most states you need about 90% or more in order to pass, okay, and to get your endorsement. So just keep taking those tests and memorize those answers, and it's going to get you on your way. So what will happen when you make it to the DMV? So you should check into your DMV and let them know that you are applying for a first time Class A COP. Submit your identification and your home documents. Complete the necessary paperwork and the self-certifications. Make sure you confirm your medical certification requirements. Pay the required fees. Take the written knowledge test. Complete your vision screening if it's required. And then you will receive your CLP if you satisfied all your state's requirements. Make sure that you verify everything on your CLP to make sure that's correct. That's your name, your address, your license class, your restrictions, endorsements, and expiration date. Those small little details can save you from a whole lot of mess later. Trust me, I know. Quick story. I actually had an incident when I actually went to go get my CDL after I passed my test, my driving test. And the first person I went to, she put me down for a Class C. So I had to go right back and get my Class A. I didn't have to take the test over, but I had to make an unnecessary trip. So make sure you double check that the first time. It'll save you some time because they do make mistakes. Now, once your permit situation is handled, or you have confirmed all the requirements that you need through your recruiter, you can now begin your Prime application. Okay, so now I'm about to demo how you apply for your application. So you see here on the screen, I am at primeinc.com. So you select Apply Now, and it will bring you up to the application. You read all of that, okay? I already did. So after you read everything that is needed on this first page, select Next. It also shows you all the requirements that I kind of briefly went over before you get in. All right, after you read that, go ahead. So basically, you just fill in the application. Like so. Now you're going to put all your information on there, okay? So you're going to put all your information on there. Okay, have you been in this residence for more than 3 years? Yes. And if you just want to know, that's Prime's address. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you put your phone number in here, email address. Did you speak with a recruiter? If you spoke with a recruiter, go ahead and put it down there. The recruiter will let you know their name. And yeah. If you did not, select no. And right here, just ask you how you want to be updated with Prime on your application process. I'm just going to put text. Agree. So which name you prefer to go by? I'm going to put Nellie. I prefer to go by Nellie. Are you interested in Prime Student Driver Training Program? This is PSD. If you are trying to get your CDL and you do not have a CDL and you want to get your CDL through Prime, this is when you say yes. If you already have your CDL, just select no. If you worked with Prime before, go ahead and select yes. If not, select no. They're going to ask you if you have any experience, which division do you prefer. I will break down each division later in another video because I know some people are unsure. But you got flatbed, intermodal, refrigerated, tanker, and unsure. Okay, if you're unsure, just go ahead and select unsure. If you want to know what I do refrigerated, okay, aka reefer. Okay, so this is the part that I want to show you. When you complete your Prime application, there should be a section asking whether a Prime driver referred you. If this video or any of my CDL training videos helped you with the process, you can enter my driver code, JSNJAE, as your driver referral. Please make sure you enter the code directly on your application and take a screenshot before submitting it. Then message me on Instagram or TikTok at OTR Nellie so I know you applied and could look out for your name. Now, using my driver code does not guarantee that Prime will approve your application, and it does not automatically guarantee that I will be your instructor. Prime makes the hiring decision. The instructor availability depends on timing. However, if I am available and we are able to get paired together, I will do my best to help you through the process. Also, if you do use my driver referral code, it does benefit me. It helps support my channel because we do get bonuses. So like I said, if any of my information or videos helping you out, that's a good way to help me out. Go ahead and put my referral code, and I highly appreciate it. All right, next step, talking to the recruiter. Now, your recruiter is responsible for reviewing your application and help you through your onboarding process. Questions that you should ask. I wrote it down for you. Which terminal will I attend? Do I need my CLP before arriving? Which documents must I bring? What transportation is provided? What costs should I prepare for? What is currently included during orientation? What could disqualify me after arrival? What should I pack? What is the current training pay? How long should I prepare to be away from home? And is there anything still missing from my files? Make sure you get the important information in writing. Recruiters are human, and policies do change. So, memories can get really creative when you're trying to, do it off the whim. So, get that in writing, okay? Part 7, orientation. Okay, orientation is the final verification and onboarding process. This is not a vacation at a terminal. So, Prime states that orientation is right before the CDL instruction and the CDL exam. Okay? These are the things that you may experience. Okay? Document verification, background and employment verification, medical review or physical related requirements, company policies, safety information, logs and hours of service education, training expectations, meeting driver personnel and training staff, and possible wait periods between stages. Now, being invited to orientation does not guarantee a job. You will still need to successfully pass prime screening and onboarding process. And as I tell all my students and new drivers, your PSD phase and TNT phase is a long, extended driver's interview. Okay? Treat it like such, because they treat it like such. All right. Step 8, getting your CDL. So PSD is the portion where you learn the necessary skills to earn your Class A CDL. So you'll be covering the major areas of pre-trip inspection, in-cab inspection, air brake tests, basic control skills and backing maneuvers, road driving, turns and lane controls, railroad crossing, bridge and clearance awareness, following distance, mirror usage, and test preparation. Now, the exact test format is dependent on the state regulations. Missouri got one regulation, Utah got one regulation, and Pennsylvania has another regulation. Check in with your local terminal to see exactly how the testing process works. And I already have videos talking about your backing maneuvers, air brake tests, pre-trips, all in the playlist below. If you need help studying, just check out the playlist I'm going to have linked below, okay? So here's a heads up. Your PSD instructor may have a working truck, okay? The freight may still need to be moving while they are instructing you. I am a instructor who still works while teaching and helping my student out with studying for the CDL exam. And most of the instructors does do the same thing. We do have a few instructors that stays on the pad in the city, and you will be roomed in a hotel and train exactly on the pad. And once you're done with that, then you get to go over the road with another TNT trainer. But there's others who will be with a CDL instructor like myself, where you'll be learning everything that you need to know over the road. Then we come back to the pad to practice some of the maneuvers. And then once you pass your CDL test, if the instructor think you're good for TNT, they'll take you back over the road to finish your TNT process. Now, training can happen at unusual hours. You may have to sleep in your trainer's truck. You must follow your instructor's safety instructions. You need to be taking notes and also practicing outside of formal driving time. And the instructor is not your maid, your chauffeur, your parent, none of the above, okay? Your instructor is your instructor. Communication and hygiene matters in a small truck. Yes, I have to say that. Now, your instructor can teach you, demonstrate the skill for you, and help you along. But your instructor cannot study, focus, and manage your emotions for you. You have to learn how to be prepared and ready to come here and learn and work. Okay? This is on you. I have to say this because unfortunately there are students who come in here with not the right mindset and think this is a game. This can be a great life-altering experience, or this can be a very mentally emotional wearing experience, depending on how you look at it and depending on how you handle it. You got to make sure that you are ready to learn and prepare to work. You got to make sure that you're here and ready and prepared to learn. Okay? If you're not ready, get your ducks in a row, get your things in order, and then come back when you're ready. Okay? All right, so I'm going to take a little break in explaining this thing and break it down exactly what you need to do to make sure you are ready to start your journey. If you liking the information that you're hearing and it's working for you, make sure you comment, hype up this video, and share it to anybody else that you know who could use this information and it'll be useful and helpful for them. Sharing and hyping up my video would help push this thing along the algorithm to help other drivers like you start their journey. Okay? I love helping. This is my thing. So, if you can help me out, if it helps you out, share this along. And also write in the comments. I'm going to hit you back. I appreciate seeing all the love and the critiques. But I love talking with y'all, okay? So if you got any questions, feel free to hit me up and I'm going to help you with whatever I can get along. Now back to it. Part 9, taking the CDL test. So there's 3 different stages when it comes to the CDL test. You got your pre-trip inspection, your back-end maneuvers, and the over-the-road driving test. Now, failing your first test does not mean you are not able to become a driver, but failing multiple times can delay your training. Also affects scheduling, and yeah, Prime has a right to say maybe this is not for you. So I do my best to make sure that you get the information that can help you along. We have some great instructors as well. Take in all the knowledge that you possibly can do. Study as efficiently and effectively as you can to make sure you are ready to take the test. There's a nice little bonus for y'all if you pass the first time. If you don't pass the first time, that is fine. But take your test seriously. Seriously. I'm sorry, I did my little baby voice. Seriously. Okay? Saying seriously in my baby voice was not serious. So I'm going to do this again. Take your test seriously because it is serious. Okay? Like I said, if you need any help, hit me up. And then that leads us to part 10, TNT, the actual over-the-road learning experience. PSD teaches you how to get your license. TNT teaches you how to become a professional driver. So after you pass your CDL exam and get your CDL, you go into the next phase, which is the TNT phase, where you will be paired with a TNT trainer for X amount of miles. That depends on your level of experience. If you are a fresh student coming out of PSD school, more than likely it's going to be 30,000 miles right now. These are some of the things that you should learn during TNT. Trip planning, field planning, hours of service management, electric logs, customer procedures, scaling loads, sliding your tandems, reefer operation if needed, load securement for the appropriate division, mountain driving weather decisions, backing at real customers, communication with dispatch, on-time delivery, managing sleep and fatigue, living safely and respectfully in a truck, handling unexpected problems on the road. Now, passing your CDL test does not mean you already know how to drive professionally over the road in a truck. All it means is that the state gave you permission to continue learning. And finally, the last part, upgrading into your own truck. Now, after you complete TNT and satisfy all the prime requirements during the TNT phase, you will now go into the upgrade process. This is where you have your final evaluation, safety expectation, company driver versus lease considerations, truck assignment, equipment familiarization, working with a fleet manager for solo load, and continuing to ask questions because they don't stop. Now, do not choose lease just because somebody showed you a settlement without showing you their expenses. I'll explain company versus lease honestly in another video, okay? So you can get the real scoop on which one is better and suits for you. And for reference, I am a lease operator. Been lease operator for 4 years. Coming to Prime can give you an opportunity to earn your CDL and begin a new career. But you still have to show up prepared, study, follow instructions, and take responsibility of your own success. Before applying, make sure you check your state's DMV requirements. Study the general knowledge air brakes, and combination vehicles, along with tanker. Gather your documents in and speak directly with a prime recruiter about the current process. If this video helped you understand how to get started, enter my prime driver code. It's JSNJAE in the referral section of the application. Take a screenshot of it and message me either on Instagram or TikTok. Also, make sure you subscribe and watch my CDL testing practice tools playlist, okay? Because I have step-by-step videos covering the pre-trip inspections, air brake tests, backing maneuvers, and what to expect throughout training. And remember, getting your CDL is not about being perfect on the first day. It's about being teachable, staying consistent, and learning how to operate safely. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Deuce.